Hey guys, it's 9 o'clock. You already know what time it is. I'm excited this week. I'm waiting for Moody to jump on, but we're going to get it going. Exciting, exciting. Let's see, fun filters. Ooh, this wine is good. Shit. These. What's up, guys? Hey. Excitement this week. Excitement. I'm excited about this topic that's coming up. We're talking about mental health this week, so big one, guys. So jump on. I'm going live with Moody. I can't wait.
Hey, Chelle.
What up, boo? I was telling everybody we're about to go live, and I can't wait.
Yes.
I got my superwoman. What you got?
What are my girl?
You got your girl boss? I love it.
I'm a girl boss.
Those polka dots. Yes, those are cute on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love you.
So this week, my oldest sister, Monique, who's amazing. Y'all know I'm all about Black-owned stores and statement pieces. I love these earrings. I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna give a shout out and put it in the comments.
Oh, okay. I was like,
you know me with the Black-owned businesses. Oh, my lipstick this week too, girl. Crown case.
Cute.
I know.
Crayon case. See.
Crown. Super be knowing. Like I feel like she just be knowing.
She's one of my friends in my head, you know.
Like Issa.
I don't know her in real life, right? Like,
yeah, like best friends.
We all best friends. You know how I go.
I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. Like you saw my face, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She coming to cookout.
Right. She invited.
I'm so excited to get started. Probably one more minute at 9:05, we can bust it down and get started for everybody.
How's your week been, boo?
My week has been great. My boys are back, you know. It's mom time, it's grind time. They're like, can we go to school? And I'm like, nah. My youngest, he understands. He's like, it's Rona out there. So
it's Rona outside right now. We can't go.
So that's always, you know.
Oh, they'll be known.
But I know. He be known. All right, it's 9:05. We are gonna get started. Welcome everyone. This is PTSD of a Black woman. It's your girl Chelle.
And it's your girl Moody.
Hey, we're gonna get into it this week. We are touching on a topic that is huge for us. Mental health as Black women in the Black community is a big thing, and I'm super excited to touch on that for us. So get started, Moody. What you got for us? Give me some fun facts. You know I'm a history girl.
Oh, you want the history? Right?
I want the history, the nitty gritty.
Hold on a second. So I wanted to make sure I had all my ducks in a line and I wasn't just you information, but so in this country in particular,
go ahead. Real life stuff, mommy stuff.
In this particular country, our history with
busy.
In this particular country.
Go ahead. I'll be back, guys. So you guys are gonna see Moody for a second.
Gotcha. So I'll just give you all the rundown of some history and then do a quick relapse when Michelle, not relapse, recourse or repeat when Michelle gets back. So our history of mental health in this country dates back as early as slavery, obviously, because that is our initiation to this country. But of course, it was under the guise of white practitioners who believed that Black people weren't even human. So we'll go to that, right? So the first bit of mental illness conversation that we have surrounding Black people in this country comes from a physician and medical director of the Eastern Lunatic Asylum in Virginia. His name is John Galt. And I think in like 1846, he basically declared that Blacks were immune to mental illness because one, at the time we were property, and property cannot have mental health issues, et cetera, et cetera. But another medic expert at the time named Benjamin Rush countered Galt by saying that he did believe that Black people could have mental health issues, but the only mental health issue that we had was basically trying to strive to be white. I'm not gonna say what he called it because but basically Black people striving to be white was a mental illness, a mental condition that he labeled, and that we could also suffer from runaway slave syndrome, which he labeled drapetomania. I want to make sure I say that right, and lethargy. Now, lethargy is a common trait for depression and things like that. So you could literally imagine if a slave is lethargic on the plantation.
Did you think we were going to be anything else? I mean, I just gotta have questions there.
Right. And so initially that's kind of what that's the beginning of our conversation of mental illness in this particular country in America. Now, during Reconstruction, there were all types of things when it became stigmatized within our own community as far as us seeking it out. Which kind of ties into some of the things we're going to talk about later as far as, Black people being too strong. We don't need that. We don't need that type of stuff.
I think Black women in general being too strong. And we don't need help. And, even you can tie it into childbirth sometimes too. Where I was just going to say medication, they'll be fine.
Yep. I was going to say 40% of Black women have been diagnosed with postpartum. 40% of all Black women have postpartum.
Absolutely.
And that's just the ones that have been clinically diagnosed. That's not even including the ones who, don't go seek help or don't, mention the symptoms of what they're feeling and what's going on, et cetera, like that. But yeah, so a lot of kind of what we learned in our history here in the country comes into some of those mental illness tropes that we'll be talking about, the strong Black woman and she can handle anything. And that plays into, from our community, taught by white practitioners about how we feel about our mental health. We also have higher sexual assault rates Black women do. That plays heavy into our mental health. Racism that we deal with on a regular basis.
On an hourly, by minute.
Every second, every millisecond. That also plays a part of our psyche and our mental health and our mental illness between anxiety, depression, all those things. So, and even though this number is getting better, we are also a part of the demographic less likely to go seek therapy if we need it. So
which is really heartbreaking because we have so many amazing resources out there, and I'm definitely going to touch on that a little bit later on. I'm going to add that to the comments too, because I want, us Black women, we're not going to sit down and be like, oh, we need to research this and get to that. Don't worry, I've done it for you, baby girl. Therapy for Black women is probably one of my favorite websites to send people to. My friends come and they ask me, yes, I've taken therapy. I'm in therapy. I think it's amazing. I think people should continue it. Don't just go because you have an issue and then it's done with. Deal with all of your trauma.
Everything, right. I'm
a strong believer in not passing down generational curses. So listen.
Right.
So I had to make sure that I was good for myself. And I think that's what changes a lot of relationships, because I know we're going to be talking about dating and stuff like that next week. And we're kind of getting into that. But your mental health plays a big part in everything that you do.
Everything.
So it's
use your mind to make decisions.
Help. Right. And I do have to preference that myself and Moody, we are not professionals. We are not doctors. This is coming from our experience, just like every other conversation that we have on here. So don't be coming in, Chelle and Moody said.
Right. I'm not a doctor.
I said that's not my doctor.
Right. And that's, and I know that we're having this conversation specifically about Black women, but I do want to point out that our Black men are also suffering with mental illness as well. Their suicide rate is significantly higher than ours. And there's also a layer with them as far as I have to be a man, and a man is this, and it's defined by this, and you might not be that type of man, and so that kind of plays into your psyche, as well as you got to deal with the racism and the violence, and So I just want to say, as a community, we're affected by this, but definitely women.
Right, and we definitely need to make sure as Black women we are protecting our Black men, and if they're not going to seek the help, we're helping them seek that help. That we're saying, hey, babe, urge them. You can urge them to do other stuff like buy them new Jordans and buy their new iPhone. Let's urge them to go get their mental right so that we can step up and we can level up.
Thrice more times.
Okay. So if you out there, if you waiting in that 3-hour line for them Jordans, or
you can wait, you can sit down for an hour session of therapy.
Right. His plug needs to come through with that number for that therapist too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna sip to that too, girl.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about that. I'm ready to get into the nitty gritty of this, breaking it down. The reason I really came for the mental health this week and why it's a topic and a subject for me is, like I said, it's important. It's important not to keep taking that generational curse that you have or what happened to us in slavery and passing it down to our children. It's got to stop somewhere. And I believe it should stop with us.
I agree.
You got to take control of your mental if you want to be balanced in any other aspect of your life. So many people are like, man, I want to be a millionaire and I want to do this and I want to do that.
It only gets harder with the levels, friend. Right. You got to.
Right. There's levels. And I feel like some people are not even stepping on the gist of the level. Just go see what's going on with you. If you feel imbalanced at all, take a moment and be like, okay.
Right.
And there's steps that you can do. You know, there is adding more water to your diet. There's getting plenty of sleep. There's meditating. There's prayer. There's whatever you need to get so that you're leveled and that you're right mentally.
Exactly.
I'm all for it. I believe in do whatever you need to do. And not everybody's stuff is the same. I feel like that's what people are confused about. They're like, oh, well, she prayed, so I can pray, and that works for me.
Yeah, praying don't work.
But if you're not religious, then that really doesn't work for you.
It don't work for me, friend.
If you have suicidal thoughts, absolutely reach out to somebody. Reach out to anybody. Hell, you can hit my DM, and I will direct you to where you need to be directed.
I'd rather talk to you on the phone if you know.
Absolutely. It can be 2-3 in the morning. Call me. Like, let's talk about this. You're never inconvenient for any of your friends, any of your true friends. Okay. So definitely get that out of there. Self-care is important. What do you feel about self-care, Moody?
Self-care, it's important if you're also doing the work up here. You know what I mean? Like to especially in low income situations, which is another important issue when it comes to mental health, because a lot of people don't even have access to the resources that they need to kind of get their self together. So self-care is one of those things that doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to be, the $150 spa treatment at yada yada yada.
Right.
Self-care for me is making sure that I meditate at minimum for 15 minutes before, either at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, or making a turmeric mask on my face and getting to relax and really doing, really unwinding. I think people think that they unwind when they relax, but they're thinking about, I gotta get this done. Nah, I'm talking about for real, stop all the things that make you anxious. I know that is easier said than done. And I'm saying this as a person who's been diagnosed with depression and anxiety, that it's not easy to just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just turn these thoughts off. It's a working process. You have to put things in place for yourself mentally to stop or block or redirect your own thoughts when it comes to, suicide or, whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
So,
and as a person diagnosed with anxiety, I know for me, it's even so severe to where I have to change my work schedule at times. So for me, I'm fortunate enough to, where I can have an overnight shift to work my work schedule if I need to for my 9 to 5, because y'all know I'll be doing things. But for the 9 to 5 aspect, I change it around to where it helps my mental. If I feel like I'm off, then I'm gonna change that around. If I feel like I need to take a breather day, I'm sick today. Because
that right there.
People fail to realize your job, once you're gone,
they don't give a fuck.
They're gonna replace you.
They don't give a fuck.
They already have the next person in line. You have to take care of yourself so that you're good for you and your family. And I feel like people keep getting that confused. Like, don't be confused. Don't be like, oh no, I gotta work. I gotta do this. I can't take no vacation. You got bills to pay, but when you're dead, who's gonna pay those? Who's gonna look after your kids? Who's gonna do it?
Exactly. So mental health is it's definitely about balance too. Like,
absolutely,
you can't neglect your responsibilities,
right?
But also, don't be
taking 2 or 3 weeks off talking about Chelle said.
And that's when that was my problem. Like, I was so severely depressed that I was neglecting everything. Like, I was neglecting school, work, my bills. Like, everything was piling up, and then it made me more depressed and more anxious because I wasn't exactly. So it's like this never-ending cycle that you got to break with action. And that shit is not easy. It's
hard, but you definitely have to make sure that you are taking that time.
Right.
And I'm an advocate for it. If you got to call in, boo, call in. take that time. Don't sit up there and just go to work day after day and be depressed. And, you know, let's not do that.
Right.
It's not okay. I know for me, sometimes when I look at social media, I have to take a cleanse from social media because it can be overwhelming, especially when they're attacking a Black woman in the media. I may not agree with said Black woman. And, you know, she may not be the best on my level of how I'm thinking. Like, I give, what is her name? Azealia Banks.
Azealia Banks, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really, you know, care for her too much because some of the words that she's used towards the community itself. But as a Black woman to another Black woman, when someone is screaming for help, you reach out and you help that person. Regardless of if that person is just not even your beef or the person that you mess with, you still need to definitely reach out and be like, hey, you know, support that person. You never want to see the downfall of somebody just because you don't agree with them or you don't see eye to eye with them. That's not what this world is made of. We're all not going to be the same, you know. I respect her viewpoints and stuff. I don't agree with the shit that she said, but I respect it.
Exactly.
And I feel like sometimes when people attack her for it, that's an issue. You know,
I feel like people get it confused. They think that if you care about a person's mental health, that means that you agree with everything they do or everything they say. And that's not the case. Like, I 100% don't agree with a lot of the things that she stated out loud and out in public. And she might have she might be missing a diagnosis, or maybe she has a diagnosis and just has not.
And I think she does.
But that's still, there's two things. Yes, mental health illness, you go get help, people support her, uplift her, etc. But that doesn't mean that you don't get to be not unaccountable. Unaccountable is not a word, but you still have to be accountable for the things that you say, mental illness or not. You know what I mean? And I feel like people have a hard time separating that. Like, you still get to, I'm going to hold you to this. I'm going to hold you responsible for the things that you say, while I also understand that
what you're going through.
You have a lot going on. You have a lot you're going through, and that's okay.
Kanye is a great example of that. Because I get it. Like, he's so easy to come for. He really is. With some of his antics are just easy to come for. And I understand what some people say. Oh, it's a bigger picture. It's this, it's that. You don't know people's situation behind closed doors.
Right.
I think my biggest issue probably in the last couple of weeks are people that came for Meg Thee Stallion. I had issues with that.
You know how I feel about it. Again, a friend in my head. Cause
I know. I have issues for that because y'all adding additional stress and anxiety. And I get it. They're celebrities. You're like, they're celebrities. They should know how to deal with it. At the end of the day, they're still humans. They're not celebrities from Mars or Mercury's, and we don't know what type of level that they're dealing with. They're still humans at the end of the day. And I feel like we need to stop doing that. Stop attacking Black women. I'm just going to say it.
Period. That's the end of the sentence.
Black women on Black women, Black men on Black women, everybody on Black. Stop coming for Black women. Yes, we can handle a lot.
You hear that, Tori?
Like, don't come for us, because it's going to get to a point, and I can't wait to see this day where we all just come together and we going to come for you. You think Black Twitter come for you? Ain't nothing like a Black woman angry.
Okay? Twitter is a Black woman, okay?
Right. So, you know, it just upset me so much, because I'm like, damn, you know, like, I get it. Making a joke is an easy topic. You know, everyone's trying to be like, oh, it's just, you know, it's just a joke. It's just lightweight. But it's not when someone's mental is not there. And time and time again, she said that she's still processing the death of her mother. She's still dealing with other things, you know, behind closed doors. And she's very public about it. And I applaud her for that, saying, hey, I'm still not okay with this. I'm still dealing with this. And then on top of that, I get shot.
Right.
Like, it's not the time to, like, let's joke. Let's keep jabbing. Like, no, let's not. Let's take a moment to really think about what we're saying and what we're doing and give her time to heal. Shit. So, yeah. Not okay with this.
I'll beat y'all up. Fail me.
You said what?
I said I'll beat y'all up over Megan. Don't play with me.
Okay. What up, Megan? What up? This is my girl. I love her. I said, you know, people that are just not unapologetically. Ooh, God, look at me. Woo, let me sit this.
You've been drinking. You've been drinking.
I know. Live, guys. We're live. Unapologetically. You just be raw. You can mess up, and it's cool. But I love that she's herself. I love that it doesn't matter what anyone says, she continues to be who she is. She's going to twerk. She's going to be educated. She's going to rap. She's going to be ratchet.
That's all. That's the crazy thing is that's all of us. Like, not all of us are ratchet or, you know, whatever the case may be. But
we can't be.
We are all an array of things, and we just going to be what we gonna be. And
right.
it should be appreciated rather than denigrated or disrespected or demeaned. Like, it's not that hard.
And that is another cycle that plays into our mental too. And that's why it's so important to stay in check with your mental, to stay up, to know where you're at. We touched on it because mental health, God, is it's a rainbow.
Yeah, it's a very broad topic. I'm sure.
But I definitely wanted to just touch on it tonight so we can get that conversation started. That's my goal with all of these lives that I'm doing and reaching out to people and talking to people and getting y'all some fun facts and educating us. That is our point. We just want to start this conversation, especially among Black women, because it needs to be said. Hey, Dahlia. Hey, Corey.
Hey, Dahlia.
I see y'all down there. Hey.
Oh, yeah, we got some really girl. Kay was in here. Hey, Kay.
Hey, Kay. Hey, boo. I don't know you, but I know you now, boo.
Hey, Momo.
Oh, my sister was in here. Yes, Monique. That's who got me these earrings.
What did you say? Corey said that's very true. Blacks really don't seek help when it comes to our mental.
Absolutely.
A lot of guys have told me that they have had the thought of self-harming because of what's going on in their lives. Right. There's like, it's compounded. It's never just, you know, oh, I had a really shitty day today. So I'm it's microaggressions. It's, you know, I got pulled over. It's low income. I'm not sure how to make ends meet. You know, it's always a compounded, you know, and especially for men, you know, Black men and women have this not separate, additional layer, but men have the layer of, okay, what does it mean to be a man? And women have that layer of, okay, what does it mean to be a woman when it comes to their mental health? And that, do I want to fit into this cookie cutter box that society wants me to be? Or do I want to be the ratchet hoe with the wop that, you know, right.
Or do I want to be a fine tune of a mix?
Right. Or do I want to be some sort of combination of both? Exactly. Like, we're not a monolith. But I feel like women in general aren't a monolith, but
people definitely need to check that prior to coming into relationships too. And like I said, I know we're getting into date next week. Y'all know I can't wait.
That's
Woo! Some people on Instagram may not want to see this later because we may be discussing you or not.
Ooh, are we gonna be spilling tea? Okay.
Oh, we spilling.
Okay.
The whole bottle. Okay,
I'm gonna tell all my business. This is gonna be a long one next week.
So some people may be DMing like, damn, you ain't here to put my business out there like that.
No, I think I blocked almost everyone except.
Did you? I ain't blocking.
Nah, I'm gonna block you. You don't. Together. Nah, you don't get the pleasure of seeing all this now.
I want you to see all this because then it brings you flashbacks, and then them fuckers be hitting the phone like, "Hey, boo,
you remember?
We ain't big head.
Ain't no hey big head nothing. Ain't
none of that. None of that. I mean, you can do it. Go ahead. You know, listen, y'all know I'm blunt.
Corey got some good points, right? I didn't even read all his comments.
Corey has some bomb points. That's my cousin. My other cousin, Corey.
Hey, cousin. On the other side.
Yeah, yes, on my daddy's side. So
people who are self-harming are suicidal, are single fathers, or just fathers trying to be in their kids' lives. So it's very sad and alarming that folks don't see this as a problem.
Absolutely.
And you are absolutely
and
right.
And then you have the vice versa, though, too. Because you have the fathers
who don't take care of it. Yeah, we're going to sip on that.
We're going to sip who gives the mothers the issue and is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it definitely flips. It's on both sides. There's a lot of issues.
Shout out to all the single fathers. Shout out to all the single mamas.
I know. Shout out to all the single parents, period. Making it happen, doing what they got to do. Hey, because y'all know me. I grind. I do what I got to do for my boys. There's no excuses. I don't believe in excuses. That's bullshit. Fuck out of here with excuses. Y'all know me. We gonna make that into a bumper sticker. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all like that. I'm gonna throw y'all some bumper stickers with that shit. So this week, y'all know I gotta keep notes to stay on topic because y'all know be off.
Right.
But two of my resources this week that I definitely want to give because I feel like giving to the community is where it's at. One of my favorite resources again is Therapy for Black Girls. I love her website. I love how easily it's set up. You can pull it up on your phone. I'm gonna put it in the comments for anyone that's looking for a Black therapist. It's literally from each state. Black therapists that are signed up. They have different forums that you can talk on. You can find Therapy for Black Girls on Instagram. You can find them on Facebook as well in a closed group to where you can really express yourself as a Black woman and kind of get it out what you need to say in an environment that will listen and not judge.
In a safe space.
Another one, my sister, I got to give a shout out to Monique too. My sister Monique put me up on this meditation because I like to meditate. My kids like to meditate too. Whatever you teach your kids are going to do. So, you know.
Right there.
And meditation is key for me. So Sheila Marie, she's dope. I like her because I'm blunt and so I love people that are just like to the point. And her meditations really help me escape mentally and get me to where I need to get to, where I focus. So before I'm going to make any big decision, I make sure that I'm meditating and I'm praying on it because those are two really important things. And yes, you can do both. God, that's a whole nother subject.
You can both. I mean, some girl tried to argue me down. When you meditate and you do this, you're inviting demons into your body. I was like, girl, if you don't get out my face.
I'm sage them demons.
You can do both.
Baby, I sage too. I'm gonna sage them demons on out.
I got my sage serum right. I'm about to sage tonight. Matter of fact, get rid of my own name.
I saged earlier. I be saging my kids. Okay.
Stop.
Don't be doing. We get all those bad spirits out when you.
Don't be doing it. I'm not about to play with you.
But yeah, Sheila Marie, she's another amazing. You can find her on, I believe I have her on iTunes. I have her whole thing downloaded. What? You got the price on there? What did it say? Fuck out of here? Oh, okay. I got you.
No, it don't.
They come in.
I forgot this. I didn't know a sticker was on there.
Oh, that's cool. At least you don't have like a big old like price tag on it.
Well.
But Sheila Marie, she's great. You can find her on Instagram as well. I do not know if she has a Facebook page because I don't follow her. I really just use her to meditate, but she has some really dope things on her page that kind of help you also mentally escape, and then resources if you click on her website that would really help as well. So two really great things that I'm gonna put in there. Whew, my favorite part of the night. Get the fuck out of here of the week goes to goes to all of, I can't even say all the men, but everyone who came from Meg the Stallion in these past couple of weeks. I'm giving you a special place in my heart to get the fuck out of here with that, because it is just not okay. If someone is down, you don't keep kicking them and punching them unless they did some just horrible things to you, and I feel like Meg ain't do nothing to you. Okay, she's dealing with her own trauma. She's coming through. So once again, Meg is added to that list with Issa Rae. You just don't come for her.
Don't.
And Beyonce.
Issa, Beyonce, Meg.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Everyone that came from Cardi B too this week as well. For the WAP video.
Mad because she got a WAP.
Come on, yo. Like I feel like there was worse videos growing up. I'm just gonna be honest.
Right.
People like, oh, my
we
kids
grew up
listening to that. Oh my God.
Nah, you know, for nothing, it was the same thing then. We grew up listening to Lil' Kim, and they said the same thing about Lil' Kim. Oh, she's this, she's that. She said in feminism back, yada yada yada. Man, be quiet. They said the same thing about Trina. They said the same thing about
Foxy.
Whoever. It's always an issue when Black women want to express their sexuality with their own consent. We need to have a conversation about that other day too.
Grown Black women express their sexuality.
Grown. It's so weird. We got to have a conversation about that another day because I have so much I want to say on that topic.
So, we're definitely going to bring that up. But like we said, we'd be trying to squeeze some into it. Just remember this week, guys, get a hold of your mental. If it's taking a day off of work, do it. We're in a pandemic. Shit, your job will probably be happy. Unless you're a doctor or nurse, shout out to our first responders because they are amazing for that. Thank you guys for all that you do, for sure. But take that mental break. Don't let it stress you out. Don't let it break you down. Because once it starts breaking you down or eating at you slowly, it's going to continue. And I feel like it's a path that unless you get checked, you get everything else checked. Hopefully as Black women, you're going once a year to get checked. At least with Moody. Oh, we gonna talk.
I mean, it's been a year.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you're sexually active, I feel like you need to.
I'm not, so.
But we'll talk about that.
I'm not, so I don't gotta.
Right, y'all know I'm an advocate. I'd be like, let me go to my doctor in between. Listen, I don't play. I don't.
As soon as you get off the bed, you're like, I'm headed to the doctor's office. Thank you.
Anything you want to tell me? No, I'm saying.
Right. No, I'm not.
This is why it has to be. This is why we go on so late, because we be talking about stuff that your kids
shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
I want to shout out everybody that joined us this evening.
Yes,
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys. The love that we see after the show for the people that watch the recording. We appreciate it, and we love you guys so much. We got something special for you guys next week, and I cannot wait. We're going to be talking about dating, so come with it.
Come with your questions. Come with your experiences.
Come with the questions. Leave some questions in the comments here. If you have any kind of questions about mental health, if you need some resources, you can also DM me or reach out to me. Don't forget to follow PTSD of a Black Woman. It is up. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is coming because I like to get on Twitter and go at it. But any comments, any questions? Moody, what you got for the week? What you got going on with Moody Productions? I saw the pictures. Fire.
Right. I was about to say, I have another shoot this weekend that I'm doing. If anyone anyone anywhere is looking for some photos that need to be done, please reach out to me. I also do professional video editing for people who need anything. If you got a job that needs some training videos, call your girl. If you if you have a film that you want to shoot and it needs to be edited, call your girl. So follow me at Moody_Kalia or Moody Snaps Pics, which is my official business page. So inquiring minds can go there.
Yes. Y'all know I ain't got shit for y'all.
Not yet.
I got me. But I got some things in the works. I look forward to definitely working and reaching out to some of the people that I know are going to be getting on watching later. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. We love you guys. Peace.